Welcome back to Warcraft 1 with Senppai. It's last one, guys. It's last one. This was Stormwind Keep, and it's the end of the first war from the orcs' perspective, and it's not good in that we do terrible things. Sorry for the spoiler, but I mean, everybody knows this. I think you know this. I mean, if you don't, you're about to find out.
Stormwind Keep is ours to take! The orcish hordes gather like buzzards to carrion as the moment of destiny is close at hand. A low growl fills the air as your wolf riders whip their savage mounts into a frenzy. The earth shakes as catapults are loaded and moved into position. The fires of the burning rubble about you dance in your eyes as you gaze upon the pristine white towers of Castle Stormwind. White that will soon be washed with the red of King Lane's blood. With his fall, all of Azeroth will be yours!
Oh, I do have bears. I don't remember doing that when I clicked on it before it was done.
Your command, Master. Bartlett.
Oh, look, a bridge.
Loktar. Dazu. The humans draw near.
Well, that's irritating.
Your command,
Everybody there.
Master.
That's fine.
Loktar.
I'll just tell it to you. This poor little immortal peon.
Bartlett.
Quick, go to
Backlash.
Okay. I believe I'm satisfied that everything here is dead. Breaking the wall this way.
We're being attacked! Backlash.
There.
Backlash. Backlash.
No! Crud.
Your command, Master. Your command, Master. The humans draw near.
What in the world? How did he get there?
Chaos dogs approach. Your command, Master.
Yeah.
We're being attacked. Work complete.
I think I've mentioned I don't like catapults. Have I mentioned I don't like catapults? Because even with cheats, they still kill me. Yeah, I'm missing a whole bunch of dudes. Okay, cool. We gotta do away with you.
Oh,
explode.
We're being attacked!
Over there when I'm doing all of this?
Hold on. Bartlett. Your command, Master. Your command, Master.
Did another one of my wolf riders die? Oh, here.
Bartlett.
I should really build.
Bartlett. Luke.
I mean, really, it is possible for me to just go in with like one person raiding party. One wolf rider raiding party. As long as they don't have catapults. That's really it.
Your command, Master.
There's another catapult somewhere, and I don't know where it is.
Hold on. Hold on. Bartlett. Luke.
Wall up there, no! That's where they're coming from. Is that it? Ah, there we go. Just one lone little
Gaze upon the destruction you have wrought and the broken bodies of your enemies. With the decimation of the human forces, the sacking of their castle was a simple matter. They offered little resistance once you ran their weak leader through with your warblade and toppled his body into the moat. The taking of Stormwind has kept your warriors in good spirits, and the offerings of gold and jewels that they bring to you are ample tribute to your leadership. Wine flows like blood, and the smell of freshly cooked meat fills you with satisfaction as you begin your victory feast. The countryside is ablaze with bonfires as groups of battle-hardened orcs celebrate the domination of this land with songs of war and victory. You have finally assumed your rightful place as ruler of this realm and as war chief of the orcish clans. What new conquests will await you in this place? The Shadow Council has begun to bring you information concerning the lands across the Great Sea that are as yet untouched by orcish rule. The Warlocks also seek your permission to resume their experiments with the portal, their intent being the subjugation of other worlds. With the power you now possess, your choices are limitless, but these are choices for another time.
Cool. I like going through the credits and like seeing names that I still recognize now. Like they still work for Blizzard and still work for, especially on Warcraft stuff. And then some who don't work for Blizzard anymore, but they're still like big in there, like Chris Messi. I like how thanks is for reading this right now. So that was mission number 12 and the final mission of the Orc campaign, Stormwind Keep. The human campaign was Blackrock Spire. I'm a little confused about some of this. I think there's not a lot of intelligence and spying on either side. Although it's not us that actually kills King Lane, it's Garona. So, and we know that from the human campaign. I'm wondering if that just happens like at this particular time, and then the humans retaliate by going to Blackrock Spire and essentially going to kill Blackhand. But we've killed Blackhand how many missions ago? So that's a thing. I don't know, the timeline's a little bit weird on this, and maybe that's just because it was like the beginning of the world building, so they didn't necessarily know what was going to happen yet. I don't really know. I'm going to assume that it's that, because, yeah. Either way, it was a fun game that I really suck at. In terms of Stormwind itself, we know that this is the end of the first war, obviously, because it's also the end of the first game. Who'd have thunk it? Right? So, yeah, it's the end of the first war. Both the original leaders of both the humans and the orcs are dead at this point. We, being Orgrim Doomhammer, which is awesome, are the war chief. And the Shadow Council is kind of doing their thing. And then some stuff goes down a little bit later. Stuff that I can't get into yet. Partly because it leads to the Second War, also because it's not part of the story yet. But it has to do with Death Knights. If you want to hear more about that, go listen to this past month's episode of Azeroth: A History, where we talked about Death Knights. And some bad things that Orgrim maybe didn't take into consideration. Now, because I'm pretty sure because the new humans kind of figured, we gotta get out of here, like, right now. The end of this is essentially, like, whoever is still left that's alive, that's human, has essentially moved to Lordaeron as refugees. Because our kingdom is about to be sieged, and if we don't leave, we're probably all gonna die. Yeah. And essentially they stay there until the beginning of the First War, for the most part, and then... the beginning of the Second War, for the most part, and then after that, there's some more stuff that goes on. But that's the second game. So yeah, that was the last one. Man, we're done Warcraft 1. I'm kind of so excited about that. So, of course, I am going to be doing Warcraft 2. I don't know if I'm going to be doing quite as intense of a schedule for it, because that one is 14 missions on both sides of the war. I have no idea how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to actually structure it before, I'm going to plan the structure of it before I actually start releasing it, so we'll see how that goes. I'm also pretty certain it's going to be here and not on Want to Buy Gold, but I'm going to have to double check on that. As for myself, next week, on Christmas Eve, that's right, my Warcraft one-shot that I did with, we filmed it over this past weekend as this is releasing. I did a Warcraft one-shot with my podcast co-host Bam Bam from Azeroth History, as well as my other co-host from Creative Conundrums Doc, as well as a friend of mine, Dave, and I wrote a one-shot for Warcraft that's Christmas themed, and I'm very excited about it, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it, and that'll be out on Christmas Eve in a week from when this goes up. I'm so pumped for it, and I hope you enjoy that. I made minis for it and everything, so I'm super, super excited. And yeah, that's all I've got for right now that I have settled in. Obviously it's going to be Christmas time, so I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break for myself just to kind of recharge, because this time of year is just really rough. But yeah, look forward to more Azeroth: The History, some more Warcraft 2 eventually. I don't know exactly when it's going to go up yet. And then my War of the Thorns, the Fourth War series with Want to Buy Gold. I'm still plugging away on that too. So, I hope you guys have a good rest of the year. Rest of the decade? Yes. I might be a little too happy about making that joke. Maybe. And then I will see you next year and next decade and next month. Damn. There might be an update between now and then. There's at least another podcast episode between then. So, yeah. I'll see you then, though.